as we arrive at Toyota South Africa Prospecton factory. Here we're going in. You can see the big Toyota sign over there. There's some of the cars over there, and it's a case of let's see what awaits us for the day today. Of course, you couldn't arrive at any Toyota facility without seeing this, and that tells you exactly where you've arrived.
I really want to thank the media for being here today. Thank you. We really appreciate you taking the time to join us, and we hope that you'll have some insight into some of the challenges and how we have tackled them over the last few months, and how we've actually got to this point where we can stand before you today. I also want to just recognize and thank a number of guests that we've invited to join us today as well. First of all, the river was open. We had installed some stormwater forecasting and warning systems as well. And so we as a team were really relieved at 5:30 in the morning that we had no damage to our plant, we had no flooding. In fact, I can say to you, we had no damage from any of the rainfall on the coastal region. And you can see that at 6 o'clock, 24 minutes after 6, suddenly that situation started changing and the rain really started diminishing. And we have a lot of surveillance cameras, and you can see different footage from different angles, of course in different parts of the site. The water levels took a little bit longer to rise, but we suddenly ended up with between 1.5 and 1.8 meters of mud over our entire site. That's the into one southbound and one northbound. It already started subsiding, but you can see the magnitude of the damage to the surrounding areas, including what happened to the empty containing yard as well. And this just gives you some context to how our entire area, Nigel often makes the comment, he hasn't been able to find 1 square inch of our site that wasn't affected and wasn't completely flooded.
I'm sitting here at the Toyota factory with Leon Teron. Leon, you're the Vice President for Sales and Marketing. Have I got it right, first of all?
Yeah, I'm the Senior Vice President for Sales and Marketing.
Sorry about that.
No,
okay.
no problem. No problem.
Okay. Leon, you know, we've had time now to go around the factory that
Yes.
was totally and utterly devastated 4 months ago.
Yes, correct.
And I just cannot believe, having seen the pictures, both when it first happened
Yeah,
and obviously what you've shown us today,
yes,
of the complete mess.
yeah.
I can't think of another word.
Yeah,
quite
there is no
honestly
other
right
word,
now.
yeah.
I mean, it was just a complete disaster area. And yet now you've got the most pristine, cleanest, nicest looking factory, and there's cars coming off the production line.
Yeah, isn't it great? It's so nice to see, you know. I mean, I remember I was here a week after it, coming down
Oh,
from
yeah.
Johannesburg, and I was devastated. I mean, and you know, like I said in our press conference, when I spoke to Dave, you know, who heads up our manufacturing, I could see in their eyes, you know, the devastation and the kind of not, you can probably call it panic too, you know. I mean, you know, you can imagine looking at this absolute devastation, what are you going to do?
Well,
And of course, there are a lot of things went through our minds, you know.
I can imagine the
Will we
despair
actually get
at
out of
first
this?
even.
Yes, yeah, it was.
And then, yeah, look, I don't want to be horrible, but now everything's positive. But
It
there
is.
must have been total despair for a while.
There was, you know, but you know, this Toyota DNA is actually quite amazing, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
we actually after you can call it a week, if it was a week,
Right.
as an executive team, we said we're going to rebuild, and we're going to come back and we're going to be stronger, and that's been our attitude all along, and that's the kind of assurance I've been giving our customers and our dealer network.
Well, the message that you know, now I'm concentrating on your side of
Yes.
things here. Everyone's seen, and I've got footage of the factory, of what's
Yes.
going on over there. So
Yes.
let's take that aside for a minute. Let's take your side of things. First of all, you sold 15,000 cars in March.
Yes, and then we dropped all of a sudden to 8.
8, yeah.
And then it went down in July, which was our worst month. We sold 7,100 units.
Yeah.
Of course, you know, the salespeople. You can imagine the impact that it had on salespeople,
Sure.
because they
I
lost a
saw
lot of
that,
their
yeah,
income. You
yeah.
know, so that was always a big push from our side with the dealer network, saying, please make sure that you maintain and retain your good salespeople, all your salespeople.
Right.
And I have to say, you know, our dealer network has been absolutely phenomenal in making sure that that actually happens. But you know, we had a very clear focus. We will try and get as much CBUs in from Japan,
Correct,
which
yeah.
we did, and we sourced them from all over the world.
A question there. Did you bring in Hiluxes?
No, we didn't.
Okay, then
big-
I've got to ask you this one. How did you move 1,300 Hiluxes in July?
How did we move?
According to NAMSA figures, there were 1,300
Well,
Hiluxes sold in July.
you'll remember when we took you through the plant, you
Yeah.
saw the vehicles up in the air.
Right.
So those vehicles weren't affected. So when the guys started building and they started doing a kind of they have what they call pre-built.
Right.
So those vehicles we used as sold vehicles because they were signed off as a quality buy-off, and we were
Okay.
able to sell those vehicles. So that's how we achieved those numbers.
All right, it just mystified me because I thought, how's
I
this
think
working?
I think it confused a lot of people.
It did. I mean, I've
Yes,
heard comments.
yes,
That.
yeah.
So sorry, I had to ask
Yes,
you that.
no
But-
problem.
But the other massive positive, there are a couple we've got to take out of this, is Toyota Japan or Toyota International.
Yes.
The support you got from them.
You know, I mean, if you heard what Dave and them said about their support that they got
Yeah.
from a manufacturing side, I got equally the same support from a
Right.
sales side.
Okay.
You know, Toyota Japan didn't even budge when I started asking, okay, where can we source more stock for us?
Okay, yeah.
And they were just absolutely incredible. You know, I mean, there was no question about, sorry, we can't help you. It was just everybody climbed in. I mean, we sat in meetings daily, and the Japanese just were rallying behind us. We were all just one big machine, you know, this Toyota machine that I talk
I
about.
like the word that was mentioned today, family.
We are a family, and we all look
it
after
shows,
each other.
doesn't
Absolutely.
The other, I'm going to end here if you don't mind, Leon. Just, look, your numbers are obviously going to start going up
Yes.
from August, right?
Yes.
And hopefully, not hopefully,
It will.
if I know you guys, by December, you'll be back at 15,000. I'm quite
Well,
sure. if not more.
you know, we've got a very aggressive plan towards the end of the year. I mean,
Right.
we know that according to what our manufacturing team has been telling us, we should be completely stable by end of September.
Wow,
If
okay.
that is the case, we will have a very aggressive sales plan towards the end of the year. So you know, I don't want to put it out here, but I think watch the space, and we will most certainly be back.
So there are going to be some good launches coming.
There will be, well, we had to, unfortunately, some of our launches we had to postpone until early next year, but you know, we're okay with that. But you know, we're launching the Corolla Cross GRS,
Yes,
which
I'm gonna go
we're
drive it
quite
just now,
excited.
yeah.
Yes, we're quite excited about that.
Right.
But you know, we have a lot of marketing activities that we're planning for the next 2 months that we will really roll out into the public space.
And one last point, and it's not on your side of things, but it just mentioned just now that I've just got to think is incredible. Not one person has lost their job.
No.
During
That
this
was
whole period
that
and
was a
after all of
board
this.
that was a board decision right from the word
I
go.
think
As
that's
board
incredible.
members, we said we are not losing any person out of
Yeah.
this company, and we stuck to that, and we're very proud of it.
Leon, overall, congratulations.
Thank you very much, and
Well
thanks for
done.
your time.
Strength to you guys.
Yes, thank
because
you.
I know you know what, it's not that you're going to bounce back. You've already
We will.
bounced back.
We
It's
will.
just how high.
We will come back. Believe.
Was any one of you in this plant when we had the flooded condition, or this is the first time you've seen it? First time. All right, so what I want to do for you is, when we came in, this is what the plant condition was when we arrived. If you have a look.
We're walking into the press plant right now, where they actually do the pressing and the dyes, and we're going to see exactly the damage that was there and how it is right now. Of course, that's the difference.
All the bottom ones were completely underwater. So what does that mean for us?
Those are the dyes over there for the plant. They were underwater. That's the point to see and to take note of.
To make the components. So that takes the raw steel, turns it into, in this case, a body side. That body side gets loaded into vulture.
Raw steel into a body side. That's how it works over here.
That's the condition, that's the condition. This is
This is raw steel being turned into a component, literally being pressed, and there you go, airlines, and there it goes, and gets stamped into a floor of a vehicle. That's how it goes, and that's how you get the pressing done. Look at the floor here, imagined under maybe a meter of water, sludge, mud, everything else. You see pictures, we've seen lots, and look how beautifully clean and perfect it is now. This is a control panel. The red line is where the water level was,
50% of that was mud.
and 50% of it was mud. But that's the water line. Have a look over there. You can see, and that's on a control panel. You can just imagine the damage that did. Can see there, the inside of a control panel. There's that water line. Not a water line, a mud line. Mud and sludge. We're coming into the weld shop now. This is the damage and the floods and what happened here. You can just see much smaller components, much smaller tools, much smaller equipment. So very, very different issues and situation.
Every single car in Weld Shop had to be scrapped. We're looking at 150.
There were 150 cars in Weld Shop. Every one of them had to be scrapped. Every component thrown in the bin. This is now in the weld shop. This is where different body parts come together, get welded together and come out as what they call a body in white. You can just imagine what was here, what was damaged, and as they keep saying to us, anything that was touched by water had to be thrown away. So that's what we're looking at. You can just see all the different components around here. Unbelievable. Okay, this is where they literally put the body together and where the entire, all the panels come together. And remember, this has got to be 100% accurate. No variance, no allowance, no nothing. 14 robots in this section over here. And each body has to come together over here. But imagine how they had to repair these because of the level of a lot of these things with the flooding. Just been told, these robots, there are 14 of them in here. R1 million each, just arriving, unprogrammed, uninstalled. R1 million each for the robots. And there goes a panel moving across. Have a look at that. You can just see that. Okay, so this is the line that's doing Corolla Cross and Quest. Quest, big day actually tomorrow when they're going to start coming off the production line. But these are the first couple coming through Welding Shop already. So you can see they're actually ahead of the game. And look here comes a body in white tracking along above me over there, as I'm sure you could see now. This is where the Corolla Cross and Quest come through now. You can see them on the overhead track over here. And here they go, chassis area. Here come components moving through. Look at this. Rear suspensions. Corolla doors, as you can see. And there you can see on the production line the cars coming through.
Demonstration, if you can see, there's a pit inside here. This pit at least is about 1.5 meters deep. Inside this pit, we basically all our motors and everything for this lifter stay in the pit. The water on that specific day was full inside these pits. That means all our motors were submerged.
Electric motor.
Electric motors were all.
Pit is 1.5 meters deep and it was basically totally submerged. This pit you're seeing here. So again, to see, and it's sludge, not just water.
The biggest problem for us wasn't so much the motor. The red plug,
Fortuners as well being built here, as you can see. There's the Fortuners.
all this electrical components.
And over here, look at this. There's that line I just showed you. And then their vehicles moving around up above us as well. But up there, almost completed. Back on the back of the Hilux and engine fitted and things like that. So this is what they call the final line for the Hilux range. Basically, these are completed vehicles. I see minus doors just for access to the console and to the dashboard, things like that. But basically, this is where the vehicles come down in final built-up form, heading down the final production line. Okay, so this is where they literally come off the production line. Final step, inspections done, all the checks done, and they roll off. And here it comes, look here. This is a Hilux, of course, double cab coming off, as you can see, moving pretty slowly. But I wonder who's getting this car. I wonder who the lucky buyer is on this particular model.
Okay, once
Today, we are absolutely committed to rebuilding better together. This is is not the end of the process. This is an important milestone for us, and we really appreciate your comments and questions as we have an opportunity for some Q&A a little bit later on. But hope you